Hey, you know what's the major complaint with most YouTube videos? That what was 30 minutes could have been an email. And so I'm going to try to avoid that. I'm going to try to create short videos so that we get straight to the point. What you're seeing right now is me going through the Nvidia Start Building with Spark tutorials, because after finally getting into my Spark, fixing the SSH connection, now I'm able to connect to it. Now I can actually do something with it. So the first thing I did was I decided I'm going to go through this tutorial on how to install Web UI and Ollama onto the system, so I can talk to one of the models the same way I would talk to a model locally on my Mac, or a ChatGPT, Grok, that kind of model on the internet. So everything here is pretty straightforward, and you can go to build.nvidia.com/spark and you'll get access to all of this, except for one thing. When you get to the step, well, when I got to the step to launch Web UI and to actually pull in a model, and in this case they recommend the GPT OSS, which is like the operating system model from OpenAI, I actually realized that Ollama was not installed on my Spark. And you can see it right about here, that I had to go ahead and install Ollama separately because it wasn't part of the installation. Other than that, everything made perfect sense. You go ahead and you load any model you want, and you end up with this Web UI where you can talk to the model. One of them is Qwen 3. The one of the models I pulled is Qwen 3, but you know what I want to do? I want to switch to a bigger model like LLAMA 4 Scout. Fun fact, when I wanted to buy the Spark originally, I really thought I would be able to use the LLAMA 4 Maverick, which is just like massive 400 billion parameters model or something crazy like that. Turns out I can't, because it does not fit on the memory of one Spark. You can run Maverick if you get two Sparks and connect them together. But that's rather expensive, so I'm not going to be able to run Maverick, which is kind of a bummer, because honestly, that's what I really wanted to do. We're going to have to stick with Scout, which is supposed to be still a pretty decent model, but you know, not quite what I was expecting. But let's go with Scout. So what I can do now is I can say, hey Scout, if you were to invent a new GPU, what would you consider first? Okay, so I'm going to ask LLAMA 4 Scout a question, and nothing's happening. Why is that? I can switch here in the dashboard, and you can see that nothing's happening. GPU is not starting. It's because initially I think it's like preloading the model into memory, and then finally when the model is ready and it's able to process it, then it's gonna, you'll see the GPU utilization will go up, right? Is it? Yeah, there you go. The GPU utilization went up, and now it's creating an answer. How long did it take? Like maybe 10-20 seconds. Not that big of an issue. So, you know, look, it's working. Is this super fast? No. Is it pretty good? I think it's pretty decent. I'm gonna eventually compare this to how it runs on my Mac. I was hoping I would do this for this video, but I'm still downloading it. Unfortunately, I'm on Wi-Fi right now and not on fiber, and so I can't pull it super quickly. But you know, this is pretty good. Like going through this setup process took like 10-15 minutes. No particular issues other than installing Llama. Web UI starts up really nicely. You can pull any model you want afterwards, and no particular issues. What I'm hoping to get to in future videos is where I'm going to have this GPT-OS as the routing model, with Llama 4 to be like kind of thinking model, and then having Coder and just regular Qwen doing all kinds of easy queries in the process, and try to parallelize that. I'll see how that happens, if it's possible, whatever. I don't know. But I hope you stick around, because that's where I'm trying to get to. All right. Till next time.